So that's why there's iti upadesha saram. This is the essence. Saram is the essence of the upadesha, of the advice. That's so simply, what does it mean? Translation: while living in Braja, as a follower of the eternal resident of Braja, as that means those who live. There are two meaning. Eternal resident of Braja, it means you need not have to go to the Braja there itself. Those whose heart. Hridaya Vrindavan. Sri Ramakrishna used to sing this song. Oh my mind, live in the Vrindavan of your heart, pure heart. Where your mind is there, you are there. No. So this, you can stay in Hollywood, but you can live in Vrindavan. But you can live in Vrindavan. But think of Hollywood, Boston, and all these places. So the point is that, but God is in the heart. So that is the best place to live. But for the initial stage, we need some inspiration. Therefore, we go to holy places of pilgrimage. So we get inspiration by seeing a holy man who is chanting the name. And if you see someone who is really repeating the name and his tears are coming down the cheeks, no? And he's getting absorbed and his horripilation is coming over the body, his hairs are standing in joy. So that if you see a scene, your mind will be attracted. Wow, how is this? No? Then we'll be inspired to do more. So that is the inspiration to go. And going to a holy place, many people, Ramakrishna, went to Vrindavan and he started crying. Oh mother, why do you bring me here? I was much better in Dakshineshwar. Here are all people talking about mundane money and money laundering, money laundering, and in Vrindavan. So why you have brought me here? That means going to holy places, people don't take the advantage of holiness. They bring their market, business market there. So going to a holy place, having an holy association, those who are engaged in the name of Lord, following their pattern of living, and how they spend their time in the pastime, the lila, the divine play of Krishna. Similarly, as I gave you some few examples of Brinda Manek, the Kamarpukur story, or you can think of going to Dakshinesha. What a beautiful stories after stories you can. In the Gospel of Ramakrishna, you can find so many wonderful incidents. And you can live in that memory and go there and live in that mood. But there are other people, they go and day and night talking about other things. So it says, while living in Braja as a follower of eternal resident of Braja, Braja means Vrindavan, who possesses inherent spontaneous love for Sri Krishna. You are to follower of who? Follower of a person of the eternal resident. That means maybe many people decide that I'm last life, I'm going to stay in Vrindavan forever. That was the Hindu culture. Hindu widows, when their husband passed, so they thought that why to live over here? So let the last part of my life go in chanting the name of God. And they give up everything. And they worst sufferer though, because in coming to Vrindavan, there is no permanent home. But they take the name of the Lord and people just offer something, some rice or something, whatever they get, and they boil that and simply live. So that is those people who are living there permanently, but with this motive of thinking of God and God alone. So who possess inherent spontaneous love for Krishna. It is impossible unless they themselves have love for Krishna. They can go to so many places for their survival, but they live their last days in Vrindavan with that motive. So you follow them. And then one should utilize all one's time by sequentially engaging the tongue and the mind in meticulous chanting and remembrance of Krishna's names. So you should go there and stay with this type of people, and then utilize 24 hours of the time, because you are giving up other attractions for what? For God. So you have to utilize your whole time for that purpose. No? So all one's time, either sequentially, either you engage in the tongue, let you think that I will always repeat the name of the Lord. God's name. Repeat, repeat, repeat. We always say, repeat the name, repeat the name. There is no such purer action than of thinking of God. If you cannot think of God, or at least just repeat the name. That is also purifying. So that's why you see we say, I was very happy. I heard a few numbers I got. Already some people did 100,000. 100,000. Otherwise, what you have talked? 100,000 these few days, they have finished. At least 2, 3, I already got the report. So, and those who didn't do, what they did? They talked, chatter.
Swamiji, I made 11,000, but it is not on the list. Because I was late in putting it.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I have done that.
No. Now you will put all the numbers to me. Or I'll give you a sheet of paper, just you put that number. Whoever is there. If bookstore, yes, there is a number, final list, you put your name number.
Otherwise, I don't count, but I keep repeating.
That's a different thing. You count, or you can assume how much it may be anyway. So the point is not the number. Number is more. I'm saying that focusing, you are not allowing your mind to think of other. I have to do the job. I'll have to do the job. No? So it is compelling you, and you how you feel that this time I could take 100,000 times the name of the Lord. These 10 days, these 10, 11 days, 100,000. That means even mind was not always in God, but at least I'm trying to do at least repeating. So this japa. That's why he says, utilize one's time, engaging the tongue. Let the tongue repeat the name of the Lord. Bhagavat says that if that tongue which does not talk about God, that tongue does not repeat the name of the Lord, it is the tongue of a frog. Frog's tongue, what it does?
Catches flies.
Catches flies,
Yeah.
plus it is an annoying voice. Like that. So you see that means our tongue is useless. That in that way. If it does not talk of some meaningful, purposefully. No, our life is important, that we will have to do our duties. That is also a useful thing. But useless, how much things we do, useless thoughts. So it is to just keep yourself away from that. So one's time, engaging the tongue and the mind in meticulous chanting and remembrance of Krishna's name. Now will be Krishna's name, now will be Ramakrishna's name, now will be Divine Mother's name. We did all this in the Divine Mother's name. And then what will you do? Chanting and remembering. So chanting, then remembering. And third is form. What will you remember? Not only chant, think the beautiful form of Krishna, beautiful, pure form of Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Ma Durga, Ma Kali, whatever you take. And then qualities. What will you think? Who you are thinking? You are thinking of, say, Krishna, his divine qualities, his selfless love, his attraction, his purity, his saintliness, no?
His divine play.
And the pastime. Now next is the pastime. Pastime is the divine play. How he put his time in playing the different roles with the gopis, with the cowherd boys, and all this, how he killed the demons. Like that, he's thinking that he is also killing our demons, our mental demons, our enemies to destroy.
He stole the butter.
Right?
I was just thinking that. He stole the butter.
Stole the butter. And what is that butter? Your heart.
I see.
Love of your heart.
I see.
We don't want to give that butter to God, but we give that love to some mundane things. But Krishna says, hey, you won't give, I will go and steal.
Okay.
That is the real meaning. That means he steals the hearts of the devotees. And that's why devotees, well, when the flute of Krishna played, many people rush, all the ladies rushed, no? Ramakrishna in the top of the music tower used to cry, oh, ye young children, who, where are you? Come, come, come. So that's why we are here. It's called, no? It's a pool. Huh? We are here. Don't you think that because of me I am here or you are here? The God is calling all the time. But many hear, but many don't respond. Those who are responding, they're good soul. They can catch the. But Krishna is trying to pull always. That's why even Ramakrishna said, this time, other time he came as Krishna. Krishna means who only pulls everyone's heart towards him. Ramakrishna means that is the Rama means extreme. Krishna pulls certain quantity, but Ramakrishna pulls totally. Is a great attractor of the hearts of the pure soul of the universe. So this is the. So we'll read that this book, how they have translated. So translation we have read. Now, at this point, these questions may arise in the mind of a new sadhaka, spiritual aspirant. Quote, where should one reside to cultivate the devotional activities headed by the chanting of Sri Krishna's name, and how should one go about it? The verse, which constitutes the essence of all instructions, has become composed to answer these questions. The conventional meaning of the name of Krishna is drawn from the verbal root krish, which means attract. Karshati. Karshati, he who Karshati iti Krishna, who pulls the hearts of all. That's the Karshati. Or draw towards oneself. Thus, Krishna is famed as the attractor of the hearts of all living entities in the entire world. The Brojo, Vrindavan, he is known also as Yasoda Nandana, means the son of Yasoda, the darling of Yasoda. Therefore, all devotees should utilize the entirety of their time in engaging their tongue in performing the kirtana. Kirtana means repetition of the mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That is in the Krishna standard. And we sing Durga, Durge, Durge, Durgati Harini Ma. Like that we chant also. Those are Durga Bhakta. They are Ma Kali Bhakta. Kali, 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 Kali Bolana Moon. Like that. So the same, only name is changing. Rama, Krishna, or Buddha is your thing, but your tongue should repeat that. Kirtana of Krishna name, and the form, qualities, and pastimes, and their mind in remembrance of Him. Him means Krishna. They should reside only in Sri Brajamandala and follow elevated devotees. Elevated devotees are who? Those who are really fallen in love with the Lord and they really enjoying the absorption within, seeing, looking at the heart, being getting intoxicated into that. How should one follow devotees? By two types of devotees are there. What are the two types of devotees? One is called Vaidhi. Vaidhi means devotion performed in conjunction with the rules and regulations of the scriptures. Suppose we are. What we do? We are still struggling to be a student. Better term is student. Student is practicing. One should follow devotees by two types of devotion. One is Vaidhi, meaning devotion performed in conjunction with the rules and regulations of the scriptures. And Raganuga means spontaneous. Two types of devotees are there who have already fallen in love with God. You need not have to call them. You say, no, you cannot come. They will say, no, I have no other way but to come to you, oh Lord. No. But we are just beginners. So we try to do some ritual so that we develop that type of second stage of development. First stage is student, and this student, after practicing the name of Lord and offering, thinking of the pastime, thinking of this, they get fall in love with the next step when you are already at, you feel the attraction already. So one is there because of the inner attraction, feeling that attraction. Another is struggling to get that attraction. So that our devotion becomes intense and intimate. Accordingly, there are two types of sadhakas, those who follow the path of Vaidhi and who follow the path of Raga Anuga. Raga Anuga, understand two technological terms. Vaidhi means you do, what do you do? You change your clothes, take a shower, come to the temple, telling that you should, and then put an incense and flowers and this and that, no? And that is creating your mind congenial to be attracted to Krishna or God or your Ishta Devata, Rama Krishna. No? And as you do more and more and more, yeah, you feel little, you see someday the photograph is still smiling. Yeah? Other days it is dry. But someday it seems it's little brighter, sharper, no? Don't you feel? But why one day he is smiling, why the other day not? He is smiling all the time. But our mind is not ready to catch that because not pure. By God's grace, that day your mind is little drawn more, and you can see the smile. You can see his body as if shining little more. Other day you see dark, photo, like a photo. So these changes come in automatically as you fall in love with the Lord more and more and more. So that is the second stage. First stage, I come, I do this, I do that, I pluck flower, I make a garland, I do this sandal paste, and I do this, I cook, I do that. Only to develop devotion. That's the first stage. Student, Vaidhi, you have to do this. Second stage will be this type of Vaidhi, secondary things will drop gradually, and your mind will be more absorbed in that inner feeling of the Lord. Your attraction goes for Him. That's why Ramakrishna, when he started performing the puja, worship for Divine Mother, so it started with Vaidhi, plucking flowers. He used to pluck flowers. He used to make sandal paste, like any pujarini doing. And then, after some times, he started doing the puja, but putting one flower in the head, bas, half an hour, 45 minutes going. He's absorbed. But the external puja, what will happen? Are bhog to be offered. But he's meditating. Swami Sahananda Maharaj used to say, puja time, don't meditate more. Now the bhoga time is there. In perfect time. You have to offer in perfect time, no? Because so many devotees will eat. You are going to mood and bhava mood. Bhava mood on other day, not today. So similarly, but when real love comes for God, they become helpless. They have raganuga. Raga means attachment. Attachment to God, God's name, God's beauty grows. That's the second stage. So there are two types of devotees, especially desirable to follow. Whom to follow them? We should follow who have absorbed himself. Second stage of sadhaka, if we find someone, a beginner should follow the devotee who is developed love for God, absorbed in God. The meaning of tadanuragi jananugami, which is in the main verse, is to follow the intimate, eternal devotees in the love of Brajalila. That means you have to follow. That's why we follow the sadhus, we follow the holy people, because they are more absorbed than us. Therefore, We follow them and want to get absorbed in our life. So one should cultivate bhakti under the guidance of those Rashika Gurus. Rasika Guru means these teachers who have already enjoying the rasa. Rasa means sweetness. Sweetness and love of God they are experiencing. And who are themselves followers of the intimate eternal devotees of Krishna, the enactor of human-like pastimes. Now another explanation is given here. Pijusho Barshini Vritti. This verse describes the method of bhajan as well as the topmost place for performing bhajan. When, with the intention of incessantly executing the gradual process of sadhana, one should utilize every moment of his life by engaging the tongue in nicely performing kirtana of God's name, form, qualities, pastimes, and then the mind in smaranami or remembrance upon them. This process should be executed while residing in Braja under the guidance of a devotee who are immersed in Braja Rasa. This is Braja Rasa means? Rasa means the sweetness of the
Braja.
holy place. The performance of this Manasa Seva, and when you do this mental service rendered within the mind, is dependent solely upon the residing mentally in Braja. That means they are saying holy place can give you inspiration gradually to bring your mind quickly to God if you go there, because the environment is congenial, environment is not distracting. So you will make a good progress. By following the rules and regulations prescribed in the previous verse, a sadhaka should draw his mind away from everything unrelated to God and engage his tongue in performing kirtana, a Lord's name, rupa, guna, and lila. As in Vedanta we say, there are three types of meditation. Here is also in bhakti, they are saying this type of meditation. What? First you take the name, and then you think of the form, and then you think of the qualities, divine qualities of the Lord, and then the pastime, how he lived, how he walked, how he talked, like that. Then eventually one's mind will be able to enter into constant remembrance. If we do that 24 hours, how we engage our mind in this type of thing, then what will happen? Your mind will be tuned to God consciousness. Smarana, your memory will all the time be connected with God. It is to connect our mind in the thought of God. While residing in the Braja, Vrindavan, he should utilize all his time executing these activities under the guidance of a devotee who are adept and relishing the Braja Rasa. This is very important. Who is in a holy place and is absorbing the bliss of the Lord, being there, doing japa, doing meditation, doing prayer, anyone can do. But he is blessed who is enjoying the bliss he can suck from within. In the devotional life of the sadhakas means practitioners. What is sadhaka? Sravana das, at the stage of hearing. First comes, in spiritual life comes, that we should be listening, hearing. Hearing from whom? Who have developed love for God themselves. Hearing from people who have no love for them, then they have not developed love for God. You listen to them, you will not get any taste of that word. But if one practices himself and speaks like that, that carries weight. He hears Krishna Nama, narrations of the Krishna's form, qualities, pastime. By doing more and more, he gradually becomes more mature than the stage of Varna Dasa. Varana Dasa. In this stage, he begins performing Kirtana. Those topics have been, he has heard. So you hear something, second stage will be you will be chanting that same thing for yourself. By performing this kirtana with specific devotional mood, one is cultivating, he enters into smarana dasa, the stage of remembrance. That means first you practice, see a holy person, go to the holy place and see that how he is absorbed, and then you listen the kirtan, name of the Lord, and then you start practice. Then your memory will be tuned to God gradually. That is the Sarvana. Sarvana, Smarana Dasa. Smarana means memory, remembering. You become humbled to remember the God's name. Within this category, there are 5 stages. Always Vaishnavas will have so many subdivisions of those finer stages of development. First you Smarana and Vedanta and Patanjali. Patanjali will also say the same way. What are the eightfold paths of Patanjali? Yoga, eightfold path of yoga. One is Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama. We are not talking about that. But now internal, Dharana, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 4 stages. Here also, Pratyahara is, in yoga you will say your mind runs there, you bring the mind back. That's the Pratyahara. Prati, towards, ahara. Second will be, hold the mind there. Let it not go again. But it goes again. So try to hold for some time. That's the second stage. It is called the dharana. When you can hold for longer time, that is called dhyana, meditation. And when that holding becomes longer, much longer, then it becomes samadhi. Here also they are saying, see, smarana. Smarana means remembering. Remembering the glories of God, remembering the name of God. Then you hold that smarana. Keep your mind in that remembrance of God. Let the mind do one time remember God and then go and roam in the market and then come back. Well, no. It will go, but hold on, hold on. Second stage will come dharana. Dharana means holding. Same. Like yoga.
Is it like concentration?
Smarana is mass, just thinking.
Yeah, just thinking. And then dharana I learned was concentration.
Concentration is holding that what you are smarana, you are thinking of, say, Krishna. You are thinking of Rama Krishna. That remembrance, hold on to that remembrance. No, let the mind not think of something else now. So that is the second stage.
Yeah.
And then third stage is dhyana. That means hold longer time.
Yeah.
Your memory, you're remembering God for a longer time. And then you get last one is the samadhi. They're using the same terminology.
What's this anusmriti?
Smriti means memory.
Okay.
One memory is following the another memory. One memory of Ramakrishna, another memory of Ramakrishna, another memory, another memory. No intermittent, in between, no other memory is coming. Normally our meditation happens, you think maybe few seconds and mind brings another memory. Our life, memories of our interaction with somebody, memories with our anger and frustration with somebody. So this is the way our mind works. But when it will be for practice goes on according to Vaishnava practice, the same. See how similar. People don't understand that. They are using the word of memory. We are saying the vritti. Put the chitta vritti, the ripple of the mind. We also say the shape of the mind should take the form of your Ishta. Your Ramakrishna form, one form Ramakrishna, and hold second form also Ramakrishna. So similarly, your first memory is Ramakrishna, second memory is Ramakrishna, third memory is Ramakrishna. One is following the other. Manusmriti.
Like an unbroken chain.
Unbroken chain. That's also Patanjali says, or yoga says, it is like pouring water from a oil from one container to another. See how the flow goes on. But there are drops, you know? They're all drops. But drops are so coherent and close, there is no gap between one drop and another drop. So mind should flow uninterruptedly in the memory of God. A beautiful word. But no, don't think we are reading a different bhakti book. It is your yoga book. So how we can keep our smarana, memory of God, and repeat the mantra, and that brings the memory of Krishna, Ramakrishna, Ma Kali, Durga, whatever. And then one idea, one memory following the another memory, following the same memory of Krishna, 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 Krishna. So uninterrupted, then it is samadhi. Meditation where the mind sometimes becomes distracted is called smarana. As beginning stages, I am trying to bring my memory, but it gets distracted. One memory I brought, but second memory is gone to some other. So that's the first stage, smarana. Smarana is devoid of such distractions called dharana. When little bit of that distractions are gone, then you are in the second stage, dharana. Unbroken contemplation on the object of meditation, that is called the dhyana. And now, when the dhyana is performed constantly for a long time, that's anusmriti. When one meditation becomes entirely free from impediment and wholly uninterrupted, then it's called the samadhi. See? Therefore, after smarana dasa, that means our practice of we have to cultivate this memory of the Lord. Keep the mind engaged in the memory of the Lord. One enters the stage called apana dosa. Apana dosa. In this stage, the sadhaka achieves realization of his pure spiritual identity. Apana dasa. Apana dasa. Apana dasa. Apana dasa means your own self. Dasa means the state. You go to your own. See, it is Vedanta, is it not? Why people call bhakti separate and jnana separate, I don't understand. Going to the samadhi, if you go like that, then you will go to your apana dasa. Apana Bangla kotha. Apana means nijer. Your own. Who you are. Dasa means the state. Your own state. Your own state is pure state. Your own state, you belong to the Lord.
It is like Jnana Yoga.
That's is only people don't understand that they only fight. If one Vaishnava sadhaka comes, they may not accept my argument. But what Raja Yoga is saying, and what is this Jnana Yoga is saying, and ultimately it is the same. Apana dasa. Bangla kotha mane ki? Apon dasa. Apon mane ki? Nijer. Nijer. Dasa means ki? Avastha. You know, your own state, your own condition. What is your own condition? By nature, we are all children of the God in devotional language. And that is our identity, not this identity. So, when I'm engaged in different memories and different incidents of the world, my memory is filled with all these cluttered things of the world. No, my real nature is this Marana. I think of Ramakrishna, 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 no? And one Ramakrishna, another Ramakrishna. The continuous memory. Memory is uninterrupted memory, one after another. And ultimately that will lead to that type of your own self. That means you are established in your own self. That is the goal. After this, the stage known as Sampatti Dasa, he attains Vastu Siddhi. Vastu Siddhi means Vastu Siddhi. Siddhi means the success, achievement, accomplishment of the Vastu, of the object you are searching for in your whole life. At this time, he finally obtains his spiritual form and is appointed to his eternal service in the spiritual realm. When a devotee following the path of this Vaidhi Bhakti again, remember Vaidhi Bhakti, You should remember again and again, it will come. Vaidhi bhakti means the bhakti devotion followed by performing some rituals. You take a shower, you pluck flowers, make a garland, make a sandal paste. These are all Vaidhi bhakti. And then you think when you are doing, oh, I'm doing for the Lord. You are cooking meal. You think I'm cooking for the Lord. No? So this is the memory. Memory, you are changing your memory from ordinary mundane work to the work I'm doing for God, doing for God, doing for God. So that when one can, that is the Vaidhi bhakti. Abundance is many varieties of material desires. If you have to day and night think of God, and Vedanta is much vaster. It is very difficult. Why? Where is our time, money, wealth? Who will save us? No? Day and night doing Krishna puja, Krishna seva. Or we have to have our food for the family, we have to pay bill for your rental and electric bill and this, all this. Who will give that? So here Vedanta says, why do you think that it is only Krishna? It is for God and it is for me. It is Krishna's house. It is Lord's house. I am only caretaker. So here, bring that concept. Then, if you think that you are only bhakti, then you will have to find a time for that day and night. You cannot do anything. These are all mundane things. Huh? You are driving a car, this is work. And when you are pasting, doing some sandal, I am doing spiritual work. No, this is also doing for God. This is also you are doing for God. Is it not a better scope for 24 hours remembrance of God? That's why Vedanta is, we have to bring Vedanta into our awareness because of that. Otherwise, in this age, it is very difficult, unless very dedicated to. And how many more people tell me, you get a chance. It happened that some sadhus of us, we also sometimes said, we want to go to Himalaya, a holy place. We are talking about, you go to a holy place and engage your meditation, chant the name, meditate, pray, totally devoted. How many days you will be able to do? Out of enthusiasm, you can go 8-10 days, you are very happy, you are, I am doing more meditation, more prayer, and then fatigue. You'll be fatigued. You are not prepared to do so much. So you have to practice it long, to dedicate for 24 hours. After some time, people want to run away from that place. It is too much for them. One day, suppose you are engaged, that's a different thing. But 365, think about that. You will no pastime, no television, no email, no phone call, no text message, and no, what is called?
FaceTime.
FaceTime. We cannot think of without FaceTime. Facebook. WhatsApp. Facebook, WhatsApp. You cannot, without that, they cannot. How 24 hours? What will you do for 24 hours? So that's why we need to ready. That's why Vedanta is easy. Make everything divine, that your mind gets marana, memory of God in every action. And it is a service to God. And then with that mind you go there. If you have an opportunity, then you will be able to extract the juice of that spiritual retreat. When many varieties of material desires and performs bhajana in accordance with the instruction of the Shastra, means the scripture, Sadguru, teacher, and the Vaishnava, means other devotees. Then ruchi, a taste comes. Upon appearance of this, there comes a ruchi, a taste in the bhajana. Seeing such people, being in that environment, doing, suppose you come here, when you see that many people are meditating, what do you think? What inspires you to do? Naturally, you also feel like that. And if you really sometimes do, your attraction will ruchi, your taste will grow. Oh, this is good. I shall have to do more. People come here, even half an hour drive, I see, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I sometimes think why they spend so much time to come for 5-10 minutes. They find something here. That means they have no time. That's why, but they make their time to come. So to prepare, the taste should grow. And that helps us because seeing others are meditating, others are bhajan, singing bhajan. Suppose in our Kirtan day, when Kirtan happens in the temple, huh? So you just enter into it and some Kirtan is going on. You sit there. What will you feel like? Oh, the Kirtan is going on wonderful. And let me also chant with that. And you also start chanting and joining into that. No. In this way, you create a taste for this practice. And as a result, upon the appearance of this type of taste, what will happen? He abandons the path of Vaidhi Bhakti. Say, they are saying you're all ritualistic for paraphernalia. You will not be interested in anymore. That's why we say our spiritual practice starts in the ritual. But as you move more internally, you will be living with Him, the beloved Lord, so intensely. You don't want to spend the time for making a sandal paste, going to shop for getting good flowers and making a garland. You make a garland mentally and put on his neck. You touch his feet. He said, no, you have to eat. So bring best food. Don't go any shopping place. From here itself, you can bring the best food of the world. No, you can feed him. So mental worship. So you become more close. When it is mental, it is much closer in the mental worship. So it is called. That's why our scripture also say. Our scriptures say that Bajya Puja, Antar Puja. Bajya means the external worship and the internal worship. Internal worship, Bajya Puja is there, good, but much higher is the Manasa Puja. Manasa mental and mental worship, and there you get absorbed into him. That is the highest. That's also puja. Para puja. That's called the Atma puja. Anyhow, so ritual is beginning, is necessary. But ritual, you should not hang on to the ritual all through the life.
How do you know that you are moving towards the Manas Puja out of laziness or not?
Laziness, you understand you are lazy. But if you are really going, you feel the joy. You have so much joy will come inside that you are so much absorbed there. Your whole body come out after meditation or such meditation. You feel relaxed. So much relaxation you never felt in sleep or in drowsiness. So it can be understood. That's why ruchi, taste, sweetness. That is the point. We have no time anymore because it is already 33. Another 4 pages we'll read the next day. Okay? So what does it mean? That we are in the right path, but we have to, what we learn out of this, that we'll have to grow a taste, ruchi. How? By smarana, meditating, memory. Let my memory be refilled and refilled in the thought of Ramakrishna. One memory. Huh? We normally people, suppose someone's son, dear son has passed away. What happens? Suppose in everyone's life, let us be practical. What happens? Memory.
That's all you can think about.
Yeah, day and night you think about. Oh, you sit in the chair. Oh, he used to sit here. Oh, you think of a glass. Oh, he used to drink water in this. Smarana. That means you are, though apparently the sun is no more, but you are more intimately with the sun. Physical proximity sometimes ignores the presence. But when mentally smarana comes, that becomes the intense. So everything, some people say, how can I live in this house? Someone's husband has passed away and someone's wife has passed away. They live for a long time. They say, Why? How can I live in this? I will have to sell this house. I cannot stay anymore. Because everything reminds me of my husband or my wife association. So if this is in the physical level, so why not in the spiritual level? We will see that everything should remind me of Ramakrishna. So wherever I, jaha netro pade, taha Ramakrishna spure. Wherever I behold, wherever I see, so inner sight should come, that it will, my memory of Ramakrishna will come. Because he is in every heart saying. So my memory, let my memory be refined and refined and refined and refined, and let it be continuous memory. Right? Our Vedanta says, Aham Brahmasmi. You have to repeat the name Aham Brahmasmi. How many times? 10 times? Many people after initiation, they ask, how many times I have to do? 10 times? Not 10 times? Are you have to do whole day and night. Huh? So, repeating the name of God should be continuous. It should be such, and not only repetition, it should bring the memory of that. So, spiritual life should be how we can bring our awareness, or forget awareness, Vedanta term. Live in the memory of God in every second. Okay? Yes, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But
Gotcha.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, come here. You bring that one. Okay, bring it. Open it.
Special day today. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Should I
much.
give to everyone?
No, for you. We will manage.
লাড্ডুর দিকে তাকাচ্ছি।
Thank you, brother. Should I get a copy of this book?
Oh,
I want to join.
Asa, every Tuesday we try to be here,
Okay.
and you give your email connection so that when I'm not, then there will be. You have it?
No, not yet. You don't have my number. Okay.
No, I need it.
Just tell the number, she will note down. Hey, children নিয়ে যান এখানে আর চল সব নিয়ে চল Hey, you are staying here. Who is going away? You are staying. Come.
Beautiful.
চল
লাড্ডুর দিকে তাকাচ্ছিল।
কোন লাড্ডু কোনটা?
ও লাড্ডু
এইটা?
এনেছে, এটা শনপাপড়ি সব
এটা কি?
এগুলো নিয়ে যা। ও লাড্ডু I don't know. What's your name?
না না
Wow, that's
এটা কি জিনিস? কি করে না?
লাড্ডু বলছে। খুলে দেবো?
উল্টো করেছে না।
উল্টো হয়েছে।
Correct.
Plastic
খুলুন তো
আছে।
তার গায়ে জোর আছে।
Okay,
আপনার
হ্যাঁ করে দাও নাহলে সব লাড্ডু দেখা যাবে। You have seen the laddu.
people will be just
They will